welcome back. This week I'm going to be making a Tuscan Butter Shrimp that is, oh my god, so delicious. If you like delicious creamy sauces, give this video a big thumbs up. And if you like dinner inspiration videos, please subscribe to my channel. So let's make dinner. First thing I'm gonna do is start prepping our ingredients. So I have some garlic here. I took 3 cloves. To put it in my garlic peeler. Cut off the ends and then just mince this up. Here we have our 3 cloves of minced garlic. I'm just gonna set this aside in a bowl. Grate up a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. See how we're doing here? Oh, we've got plenty. Okay. Yeah, we maybe even have a little bit too much, but I've never heard of a recipe where there's too much cheese. So I'm just gonna stop here and then put our Parmesan cheese to the side. Got some fresh basil here. You're gonna want about a 1/4 cup of basil. I tried to lay all my leaves on top of each other. And then I'm gonna just try and roll it up. I'm gonna cut down the center. And then I'm gonna try and cut kind of diagonally or horizontally down the leaf. The bowl I reserved earlier with the Parmesan cheese, I'm just gonna put the basil right in there because they're both going in at the same time. So I've washed the tomatoes, I'm just going to halve them. And there we go. Here I have a pound of shrimp, and it already came deveined and peeled, but the tails are still on it. So what I'm gonna do is take the tails off. We removed the tails. All right, so we're gonna salt, and then we're gonna put on some pepper, flip it onto the other side so that I can get the other side seasoned as well. Here's the setup that I have. I have a pot in the back here with water, and I put it onto high so that it'll come up to a boil. And then I have this skillet in the front here that we're gonna use to cook our shrimp. I'm gonna add some of this whole wheat pasta, and the reason I'm using this type is because I think that the cream sauce would really stick well into the ridges of this pasta and be really delicious. My husband does keto and I don't, so I'm making the pasta just a small, as you can see, just a small pot just for me, so I can have it, and I'll mix it in my bowl rather than in the actual skillet. We just turned on our skillet. We have 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in our pan, and we're just going to heat this up over medium-high heat. And I still have a few more, you can see, so I'm just going to do a separate batch with those. And you want to just cook these for about 2 minutes. These are looking good, so, and it's been about 2 minutes, so I'm going to flip them. Okay. And then we're going to cook this for a little bit on the other side so that both sides are nice and cooked up. These look good. I'm going to pull these ones off and just put them onto a plate and set them aside so that I can put the other batch in. We'll put in the last couple of shrimp here. Pot of water, as you can see, is boiling. So I'm going to take the lid off, and then I'm going to season the water with some salt so that it'll have some good flavor. And I learned today that you actually want to put the salt in while it's boiling, because if you don't, it'll ruin the surface of your pan. So that's why I waited. And then you're just gonna eyeball how much pasta you want to make. Direction says you want to bring it back up to a boil with the lid on, and then once it's boiling, you're gonna remove the lid and then kind of occasionally stirring and cook it for approximately 11 minutes. Flip them. Sides a little more. I'll just do the other side a little less to kind of balance it out so we don't cook it too much. Water, as you can see, is boiling, so we're going to take off our lid and give this a nice little stir, and then keep an eye on that for 11 minutes. So we have removed our shrimp from our pan, and now we are going to reduce the heat to medium and add 3 tablespoons of butter. We are not forgetting about our pasta. We're giving it a stir so nothing sticks together. Again, we want to cook this for 11 minutes. It's been in about 5 right now. Our butter is all nice and melted. I'm trying to get some of these bits up from the shrimp. And we're going to add in our garlic. So we'll add this right into the pan. Don't want to cook this long. Like just until the garlic gets fragrant. Put in our tomatoes. This seems very warm. I'm turning this down to medium low. I feel like everything is gonna like burn here. So I'm just turning that down a little bit because it seems a little aggressive right now. So we're just gonna cook this up until it looks like the tomatoes are bursting. Now that the pan's kind of cooled, I'm gonna turn the heat back up to medium. I think the tomatoes are looking good. I'm gonna add some baby spinach, and this is already washed. I think I'm just gonna use this whole container because it's really not that much once it wilts down. Just want to wilt all of this spinach down. So we'll try to give it a good toss to really get it cooking. We're gonna add a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. Add our basil and Parmesan cheese that we mixed up earlier, or measured out earlier. We're just gonna mix all of this in. Our sauce is simmering. We're gonna turn it down to low, and we're gonna simmer it for about 3 minutes until the sauce is slightly reduced. In the meantime, our pasta has finished, so I'm gonna drain it and put it right back into that pot to stay warm, and I'll put the lid over it. Now that our sauce has gotten a chance to reduce, we're gonna add back in our shrimp. So we just wanna cook this so that it's all incorporated and the shrimp can heat back up. Once your shrimp has had a chance to reheat, you're done with this meal. Now all it's left to do is plate it. You have 2 options. Either you can serve it with pasta if you're not doing the keto diet, or you can just eat this as is and it's still delicious. But I want to try it with some pasta, so I'm just going to put some pasta into a bowl, and then I'm going to top it with the shrimp and sauce here, and this looks absolutely delish. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe below. We'll see you next week. Bye guys.